Okay.
Okay, so how are you guys? Can you guys introduce yourselves?
My name is Brian Birmingham. I'm the lead engineer on the WoW Classic team.
Okay, nice to meet you.
I'm Patrick Dawson.
This guy makes the game.
Cool, very cool.
Okay.
That's fun.
Hey.
Hi, Asmongold.
Yeah.
Hey, Stacey.
Hi. So I
Okay.
guess my first question is about progressive itemization and progressive item releases. To what extent you've already sort of written off progressive itemization, right? So
Well, yeah, the part of it where we would change the stats over time.
right, exactly. Okay.
Okay.
We
So-
did want to change the drop rates.
Okay.
And the availability. Yeah.
Okay.
Whether or not you can get an item or not, we do want to change over time.
Okay. At certain points throughout Vanilla WoW, you added more quests, like Throwing Point, and I think Hinterlands. Silithus is a good example. Also,
There's no way they're going to release it without those
Well, you
quests.
do progressive quest editions.
Some of those are, yeah. The quests are,
Okay.
like, especially for things like obvious examples like quests that would introduce you to Naxxramas, of course, will be
Right.
disabled until
Right.
Naxxramas is available.
I would, yeah.
We wanted to try to make sure that we didn't give you anything that felt like a mousetrap, right? Hey, go do this quest. Oh, but you can't right now.
Right.
Right. So those things.
Ah, got him.
Okay.
breadcrumb you to Encourage when you can't actually do the raid.
Right.
That's cute.
So, I guess more specifically, like talking about like the Thorium Point quest hub,
Yeah.
right? Because did they end up putting that in? Are you guys?
That quest
put that
hub
in?
might be in from the beginning. I'm trying to
Okay.
remember if we've actually done anything.
I would
to
expect to
restrict
see
them.
that.
We have not. So I think
Yeah.
that is in from the beginning. If
Okay.
you check it out in the, actually I can't remember if that's true or not. I was going to say if you could check it out if it's turned on right now, but I think everything's turned on right now in demo.
Okay.
Okay.
So that wouldn't tell
Well,
you.
what do you guys think?
Well, I think I might be wrong. I think it was added in 1.7, but like that's content for like. It's like Blackrock Mountain content, right?
Mm-hmm.
So which is basically Phase 1 content. So, well, not entirely because of Blackman Lair, but like it's
Right.
like
Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys what's going to happen, all right? I don't even need to read this or listen to this. They're not going to gate out leveling quests on phases. I really don't think this is going to happen. Like, I mean, maybe it will happen, but I think the chances of that happening is basically like 2%. It's very, very rare. That would be
MC
it would
and
be
all this stuff,
stupid
right?
for them to do that.
So
it feels like it fits.
yeah, like I think
Yeah.
it does. Sorry,
Do you want to see it in originally?
I think
From
it
launch?
fits. I think it'd just be interesting because like I know in the private server scene,
Yeah.
right?
Ooh.
A lot of times
Not
they've
good.
gone through and they've
You don't
like,
bring
put it
that up
from
in
the
front of
beginning,
Blizzard.
but it wasn't in from the beginning in retail WoW. So like,
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting if it's not in how people's like questing routes and stuff change. Because a lot of people, they plan out like, oh, I'm going to
Yeah.
do this based on what I had seen on private servers,
I think it is a fascinating question too because that one specifically. Because I remember as an Alliance player, do you remember that gate between Loch Modan?
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Locked
So you have
up.
to get
yeah.
the key.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was actually important.
Oh,
so you're able to
yeah.
fly to Loch Modan and Thelsamar,
When he had to
and
get the
somebody had to have
Margal's
that damn
horn.
key to
Yeah.
get everybody through the gate.
I remember that.
Whereas if you had Thorium Port available, you just go from there.
Right.
So it's an interesting question. Like,
Yeah.
if community wants it, like let's talk about what
Yeah.
the right answer is there.
There was
Yeah.
a bug with
Okay.
that gate recently. Actually, we fixed it, but it was you could walk through. The gate wasn't there, and you could and it was
It's not
as soon as
live.
it was drawing in. You could like walk through,
Stop.
and then it would show up behind you, and you would walk and make it
You're trapped.
We fixed that bug though. It shows up
Your
your
Hearthstone's up.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the answer to classic stuck issues.
Right. Yeah. No, I think. I don't know. I just think it'd be interesting. So that'd be something kind of like to I guess meditate on, think about.
Okay. One more question, just completely off topic. I'm just trying to get through as many as possible I can. Right now, down there,
What's your favorite pizza?
It appears as if you're using the original mount system for Vanilla WoW.
Yes,
You're going to go ahead and use that?
that's correct.
Okay, awesome. I'm really happy to
So
hear that.
cheap training, expensive mounts.
That's right. Yeah, and also you
Fuck,
have-
man! Shit! That's the worst fucking news. God damn it, man. That's me. No, God. Fuck, man. This is so stupid. Like, I'm actually so fucking mad right now. No, I wanted them to have the cheap mounts so I could have more than one mounts. Restart BattleNet. It's not out, man. Like, I'll restart it right now, but like it's not out. Okay, I'll even end the update agent. Okay, opening it up again, and I'm logging in, and it's not out. Okay, all right, let's continue the video. All right, shut the fuck up.
different mounts for each faction. So
Right.
there's wolf
Raptor
riding,
training, wolf
raptor
riding, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Really cool.
Is that going to change at all, or is that just
No, it's
gonna
going to
be
be that's going to be the way it is for the whole time. We felt like that better captured
Shit.
the idea of like that was the system that was live in Classic for almost all of it.
Right.
The newer mount system that came in like I think it was 1.12.1.
It was at the very end, yeah.
Yeah, right at
Okay.
the end. It was basically like paving the way for what we were going to do in Burning Crusade with flying mounts and whatnot.
That makes
I
sense.
didn't really feel like it made sense for Classic.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's talk about sharding a little bit.
let's do it.
Ooh.
So whenever I streamed
Okay.
at BlizzCon,
Okay.
and I got off and I went to Yitheson's and I was like, why? Like, so, and what he had told me was basically that sharding was like a temporary solution just for
Yes.
the sake of the demo.
Oh,
So-
not just for the sake of the demo. It's also going to be to survive launch. Like
Uh-oh.
we realize that like launches, especially
Okay.
today in 2019, are a really special time.
2019.
Does that mean you're going to have sharding at
So
launch
there is gonna
for
be sharding
Classic
at
WoW?
launch?
Hold on. We're serving the Classic community here. So I'll stop. We can explain this in more depth.
See, he stops him because he knows people are going to get mad. Like, this guy's probably read YouTube comments, the bald guy, or the balder guy, okay? And look, it's happening to me too. I can talk shit. The balder guy, you know, he knows what's going to happen, what's going to come out of this. He knows. And that's why he interrupted him.
Is to have Classic not have sharding long term.
Correct.
It doesn't feel like the right choice.
Right.
Like a healthy realm is a certain population. We know what that is. That's what we're targeting to accomplish in 3, 4, however many weeks after when we feel like we've hit that mark. We also recognize that this is going to be a major event for us, and we've already experienced in 2004 what that looks like: fire and burning.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah,
We
that's
wanna
true.
Make sure that people have
That's a big
pleasant
true.
experience, but we want them to feel like they felt back then. We want there to be scarcity of resources, scarcity of NPCs.
Okay.
We want to feel like if you and I are playing alongside each other in Elwyn, and you go to Westfall and you go across that bridge, you should not poof out. I don't want you to poof out. In Modern WoW, that might happen. The solution
Unfortunately.
that we've done for Classic WoW in terms of sharding is addressing those specific issues. It is
Okay.
important to us that the community and the server feels whole as much as possible.
Holy
so that when
shit.
you and I are playing together,
Holy
that
shit.
is going to be something that will maintain consistent throughout that play session. You're not just going to be popping in and out like the modern solution does. That serves the needs of modern WoW.
Right.
This
That's
is
not what Classic is. And we're
this
trying
is
to do our
exactly
best
what-
technical effort to make sure that happens.
Okay.
Even if you guys get on a boat and
This is exactly what people wanted. Like, he just said what people wanted. I don't know. It's just like, I mean, like, with all the bullshit that's happened recently, it's crazy for it just to happen. Okay? Like, I don't know. It's fucking awesome.
Tirisfal, and you're standing next to each other, you guys will take the boat over and you'll arrive in Duratar. On the same boat, you'll get off in the same Duratar.
Right.
Even if you're not in a party.
Okay.
That's what we want.
Okay, because I think like one of the things that's an issue right now too is like we just recently tried to do a raid on Overmar and there was maybe like 200 people there, and it's just like nightmare. Like nobody could use any abilities. Like nobody could do anything like that. Like, these are more
You're saying,
regular.
like,
This is
right
even-
now on the floor?
no, sorry, on retail WoW.
So there's a video that's even worse than that. It was a coordinated event. Community organized this. It's 40
Okay.
Death Knights versus 40 Paladins in
Oh,
Ultra
yeah.
Valley. Did you guys see that
I
video?
remember this.
We're actually looking into this specifically. So this
I
is
remember
where-
this.
It
Okay.
just crashed and came to a standstill, right?
It-
And this is in Ultruck Valley where this sort of stuff should be happening.
It's
the
like a
one place
regular
it should be
thing.
happening.
Yeah, it's like a regular
so,
thing.
talking about server infrastructure, is this stuff going to happen in Classic WoW?
So what we discovered with that one specifically,
Okay.
we actually assigned
Okay.
a team of people to look into this and discover what's happening. And the short version of this is player abilities are very expensive.
Yeah.
In modern WoW, there's this. The way spells are built, the way how intricate they are, the proc systems.
See, this is what he's explaining. He's explaining why whenever you have 5 people in the same zone, everything just lags out. And this is actually really important because I don't think they've ever really specifically talked about this on a technical level.
Everything that happens is a super complicated structure, which really hits a major problem in computer science and computing anyway, which is the n-squared issue. So when you get a lot of people in one area together, something that's maybe okay and performant in a vacuum is not in a big environment. So we're actually taking a pass on modern WoW of re-envisioning some of those spells and how they're built to make sure that we can address some of those issues.
That's good.
That was really set up as like
That's
a
great.
pathological case of the Paladin Death Knight thing, or the
Yeah.
more like
Yeah,
thing.
fuck yeah, dude.
And those videos were super helpful to help us figure that out.
Yeah.
In Classic WoW, the world was a bit simpler then.
Very.
And over the past 15 years of architecture, we've really made tremendous improvements in our technology as to what we can handle in an area.
Okay.
And what we want is for it to not have performance issues before we have gameplay issues.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is there will come a time in an area where it will feel so full that you can't actually accomplish any gameplay goals.
That would be
Like
fun.
If mob spawning, tapping,
That'd be
capping,
so fun.
makes it so you can't kill
Yo,
your
Zero
co-host
Frost,
with
thanks for the
quests,
5 subs,
that's a
man. Thank
gameplay
you.
issue.
Yeah.
We don't want the service to fall over by that. So that's always been our goal, both in Modern WoW and Classic. And I think when we look at the solution we're trying to do to handle day one issues, we want it to be a gameplay-based decision on how we actually carve up the realm to sort of figure out what
Again, all of
scarcity
this
is.
just makes sense.
Okay, so speaking of how you're carving it up, I appreciate the answer, by the way.
Yeah.
Population caps. Like, what are you thinking about that? How many people?
Give
are
us
in
a
one
real
classic
answer,
WoW realm?
boys. Come on.
Well, we will have population caps.
Okay.
We really can't speak to the specifics of the numbers. That's a little bit of internal data that we want to make sure we don't share for health reasons in the realms.
Okay.
We do know what those numbers are. We do have a target in mind of where we want to end up with each realm. We do
Okay.
have a prediction in mind of how many people we can service on the first day. That's a higher number.
Yeah.
So we want to try to make sure to keep our queues low.
What I was just gonna ask, what do you think about login queues? What's like the upper limit on those?
You know, there probably will be queues.
Okay.
Whoa.
But
It's one of those things where, like, when you're asking about this really difficult challenge of putting a lot of players on the server.
What do you mean?
And basically,
The
the
queues.
trade-off is between something like sharding or something like queues.
What do you mean,
So,
dude?
like, the reason we invented sharding in the first place was to try to reduce queues. And so
Okay.
that's where we're in this trade-off. We're trying to find a way to tailor those solutions to best fit the classic content.
Yeah.
And so
All
that's
right.
why we've made changes in classic's implementation of sharding. We've invented new technology built on top of sharding that will enable us to let people like transition from one zone to another next to each other, so you feel like you're in a cohesive.
That's really fucking good.
Like the patrols, like the Forsaken Courier who patrols all the way from Terran Mill to Arathi Base,
Right,
and you can
right.
walk alongside him
Oh,
and ambush him
yeah.
at any point along the way. He'll transition smoothly along the
Holy
along that-
shit.
Okay.
from one server to the other along that path, and you won't see it. It'll be completely
Okay.
seamless.
Why don't they do
So,
this
like,
for,
a
for
couple-
Modern
sorry, go
WoW?
ahead.
I was just going to say,
I
as
hope they do.
As for queues, sharding, realm, all that stuff, I am interested to see like what those are. We have the ability, if we notice that the
that'd
queues
be
are very
great.
high and demand is very high for classic WoW, that we can open up additional realms if we need to.
Okay.
And we're prepared to do that. That's something that
Yeah.
we've made that mistake once in 2004, right? We did not have enough. We don't want to repeat that again.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that we're serving our players the best. End goal really is we want to make sure classic WoW players have a healthy realm population when in a steady state.
Yeah. Okay, so now let me ask you this. If you open new realms or just things die down 8 months down the road,
Okay.
what do you think about realm mergers?
Oh. Oh.
Possibility.
It's not going to die down, man.
I agree, okay,
that's-
but
there
let's
it is,
hypothetically.
dude.
So I think,
I like the confidence part of it.
but ultimately,
That's
like,
good.
I feel like we're going to be all right.
I think we have a plan in place that, again, just kind of going back to it, the goal is to have a healthy realm population a month after launch, 2 months after launch.
Yeah.
Launch is a big event, and we're going to have to service more players then, but we're not going to be irresponsible and create like 35 realms that end up going down to 10. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want to do that. We kind of want to
That's good.
pick where we think it's going to be
Okay.
and adjust based on player behavior and expectations.
So I'm just going to pick that out. You say 35. Back with Vanilla WoW, back in the day, you had like 75 or 80 or in North America, right? Are you going to have that many, or do you think you can cram more people
They're not
in one
gonna
realm?
say.
So you would have
probably
just
not
try
gonna
having
say.
fewer realms, or
I mean, it really depends how many people end up playing, right?
Okay.
Like, we
Yeah,
wanna have
yeah,
the ability
I-
to pivot to more realms if we want to.
so day one or day two, if there's just crazy login queues, too many people, okay, new realm, sort of deal.
We'll have to evaluate based
Yeah,
on the
okay.
queues and like
Right.
what our expected behavior is for
Right.
those people.
That makes sense. Obviously, that makes sense.
One thing that's actually going to help us a bit, and I think John mentioned it downstairs a little bit, is before we launch this game on August 27th, we plan to open up a service which allows you to come in and reserve up to 3 character names on your Battle.net account.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to help us gauge some interest a little bit. So if we're seeing just
Right.
this massive influx of people trying to get these names for characters, it's like, okay, well, maybe we need to adjust.
They need to reserve my name
We're-
for me.
We're very flexible.
It's very
and versatile
important.
now, where we can make those changes quickly.
Okay.
So, real quick to kind of just pivot back to the sharding stuff. Like a couple things that come to mind is like, let's say like Blackrock Mountain fights, right?
Yeah.
Where like you might try and snipe out a guild in Blackrock Mountain or something like that.
Yep.
You were just telling a story about that earlier in another interview.
I literally did that in class.
There it is, dude.
So like what?
See, I don't even feel good, man. Is like, you've got this guy who says Classic's not gonna die. He's ganking people at Black Rock Mountain. I mean, he's an older dude. I mean, look at that guy. I mean, you know he played Classic WoW. You just look at it, you know. And it just... this is good. Like, yeah, the actual boomers. Like, these are the guys. Like, I look at that guy, it's like, yeah, he made WoW. All right, yeah, what up, dude? Okay. Like, honestly, no, I don't know. Like, sometimes I can just look at somebody and I know it's like, there would be times where we would see guys at, like, Walmart or something, or McDonald's, and I would tell my friend, I wonder what server he plays on. And it's just, you just look at him and you fucking know. And it feels good.
What if you're on one, you know, like one shard or whatever? Like, is there going to be an instance where you're trying to snipe somebody out and you're just like on a different, not shard, but like whatever new system it is?
So yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, and
Yeah.
In the very early months, yes, that could happen, but I don't think that that's going to be the common case. And and like Pat said, the goal is to reach this steady state where we don't have any of that sharding at all.
Okay.
Like, literally,
it's
there will be
basically
one
just like
copy.
an emergency plan.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like I said, it's to survive launch.
Of course.
And so that we can handle those higher capacities of people like you said,
Of
who want
course.
to come in and check it out, but are probably not going to play, you know, a lot, like many hours all at the same
Right.
time. On day one, people do all come out at once.
Yeah.
And then over
In
time, people
4
find
zones.
like, hey,
Yeah.
I like to play on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I like to play on Mondays and Wednesdays, you know, or whatever it happens to be.
Yeah.
So we see that the population smooths out over time.
What about an event like, you know,
and so we-
opening of the gates or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge. And,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I'm interested to see how that will happen. But
That's going to be a challenge. Okay. But let's talk about that answer. That answer is predicated on the assumption that it will happen. Okay? So I would say that's good. Think about that. That's good.
But yeah, we do want to get, even before Phase 2, the plan is that by the time Phase 2 goes live, we will have no sharding.
Okay.
Oh.
That'd be good.
Okay.
That'd be really good.
Yeah.
We have time for one more question.
One more
Okay.
question.
Oh, wow. That was
Okay.
fast.
I guess this one comes to
Complaining.
mind, unless you have a really pressing one.
What were you going to ask?
I was going to ask, what do you think about phase duration? Do you have an idea of how
Yes,
long
that's
phase
what I
1
was
will
gonna
last,
ask,
phase
yeah.
2 will last, phase 3, etc.?
Yeah, this is another one they don't really know.
We don't have any specific plans. Like we
Yeah.
have a kind of a rough estimate, but we don't want to pre-announce that because
Right,
we,
right.
we really want to do it based on how things look at the time.
Okay.
We want to look at what's going
Okay.
on in the
Yeah,
server
I mean,
and what
obviously
people
that's
feel
what
like
it's
they're
gonna
ready
be.
for.
Oh,
and
right.
then unlock things based on how the realm is progressing.
Okay, so it's not
The
gonna be-
individual realm? Or
Oh, sorry, no.
everything as a whole?
yeah.
All,
Yeah.
Okay,
All-
I
yeah.
understand. Just,
The
okay.
experience for everybody. will
Okay,
be like.
okay.
So,
Okay.
okay, because like
Okay.
we've looked at this stuff before too. Like for
Okay.
example, Blackwing Lair came out like 8 months after launch initially.
Right.
So it's just like stuff like that. It's not going to be a predetermined plan. More than likely,
Okay.
it's probably going to be something that like once it's launched, then you look at it.
Yeah.
Our community has an appetite. We have food. We will feed them appropriately. That's
a good analogy.
Okay. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, that was the last question, I guess. Yeah. That was,
Okay, yeah,
that's what
thank
I
you
was
guys.
gonna
Awesome.
Thank you
Thank you
very
guys so much
much.
for all your passion.
ask. Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for
Thank
putting
you.
it together, for real, pulling it
Yeah.
off.
And hopefully, if you're sticking around tonight, we can chat more after. If you have more
Absolutely.
questions.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll be around for
100%.
sure.
Happy to do that.
So.
Okay.
Isn't that good, dude? I actually just feel so good. Like, developers asking players, what do you think? Do you think that fits? Best interview I've seen of any developers. That was like really fucking good. Like, dude. And they're like, yeah, we'll talk about it more too. Holy fuck, man. Like, I don't know, man. This is just, it's just really good to see and really good to hear. Like, I can't say that enough. I'm super happy, literally shaking and crying right now. Like, what if this means, cause like, what if this means that Blizzard is actually just like gonna start doing things right again? Can you guys believe that? Like, I mean, imagine that. Imagine Blizzard actually just starts doing things right again. And the game just starts to get good. And people play Classic, and then they also play BFA. Because maybe it's actually fun. You know, or maybe the expansion after BFA is actually fun. Like, that's... Well, no, I mean, like, look, listen. I know it's unlikely, but the fact that it's even in my mind is something that wasn't in my mind a year ago. And it's just Classic, it's just bait. Well, good. I'm glad to be a fish.